Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here for your dose of daily D&T. We're currently 4-0 in matches, 8-0 in games. The power of Squadron Hawk is unmatched. Let's see what we can do here. Well, that's a mulligan. Yikes. Am I keeping 5 lands in an Aether Vial when 2 of the lands are utility lands? I don't think I am. I'm gonna ship it. I'll keep this. I have to send 2 of these back. Sending a Squadron Hawk back is value. And then I think I'm going to send back the secondary Rashadan port. So my opponent has played Show and Tell in the past, and various variants thereof. So it's not like this is going to be ideal against that strategy, but I don't think I can afford to go any lower than this. We're just going to turn some birds sideways and see what happens. Note, Squadron Hawk is a great way to undo a mulligan. So maybe blue-black Show and Tell featuring Limdual's Vault. That would be my guess. Like Thought Erasure is also a possibility based on a recent deck list. We have an okay speed clock, but we have basically no interaction for their combo. I would love to draw a Thalia, a Flicker Wisp. I don't think I have Sanctum Prelate main deck. Don't actually have all that many good draws. There's one bottom, one top with the preordain there. So next turn, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, followed by 7. So it's going to be 2 turns no matter what, so it is just better for me to port. Brema is a great clock versus combo, as far as like tap out threats go. So you attack for 4, then 5, then 6. That's great. And if you get Force of Virtue in there to change math, all the better. Pretty glad I didn't keep the was it the 6-card hand that would have just been like Vile Port, Wasteland, and a bunch of lands. This gives us a chance. Slim, but a chance. So I very much have lethal on board. I don't think leaving up Caracas actually does anything here. I also don't think leaving up Swords to Plowshares does anything. So I'll just play out another Hawk. My opponent is going to be an omniscience-based deck. They're not going to have something like Sneak Attack or Through the Breach or something like that to cheat extra creatures in. So I don't need to be holding up Caracas. And Caracas actually really doesn't do anything versus Emrakul. Would just end up giving them extra turns. So one thing I didn't think about actually was number of permanents and whether or not I still have lethal through an Emrakul attack. I didn't think about that. Putting the other Squadron Hawk into play might have been better than porting for that reason. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't have lethal through an Emrakul attack. Or no, I do have lethal through an Emrakul attack. What did opponent reveal? Opponent revealed Force of Will. So I actually don't have anything with a higher CMC than that. But they don't know that I don't have Batterskull. Alright, so they are just going to leave that there. Alright, so we were called to that. So I think Council's Judgment is fine, not amazing, but fine. Prelate is good. Moat, not the greatest. So my opponent will probably run 1-ish Intuition. So Surgical Extraction does have text, but I don't know that it's actually good. My opponent may have a bunch of Baleful Strix in the sideboard, which is kind of annoying, because like this is my worst card, but I have approximately 1 billion D-Flyers. I guess like trading Hawks for Strix is like acceptable. Try to get them with Mindbreak Trap. I don't actually hate that because they go like Show and Tell, put in Omniscience, cast Cunning Wish. I get whatever they cast off the Cunning Wish. This is probably playable. It's weird, but it's probably fine. So I jump my Swords to Plowshares. I think I keep these to keep the clock as fast as possible. I maybe don't want 3 Council's Judgments. Although the extras will pitch to Force of Virtue, so maybe it's fine. Maybe the Tomix? Other runes also isn't amazing. But if I suspect Baleful Strix, I'd probably need to keep it. Tomic is an aggressive turn 2 threat, though. I think, is Brimaz better? Brimaz might be better. Not 100% sure here. I would like to play first. This one's got to be a mulligan. I need something that's more consistent. Well, I think I got to keep this one. Not super pleased about it. Don't expect to win this one. But hopefully some Squadron Hawk plus Force of Virtue beats can get somewhere. I'm actually much softer than I would like to be versus a piece of discard on turn 1 because they take the Squadron Hawk and then I can't really do much. But they may take the Flicker Wisp instead just because it's a better card against their deck specifically. Yeah, that's the play I would have made. I think we're losing out on the 5-0 here. It's a hard matchup. I also probably just have to like cast this Flicker Wisp. This blanks their Thoughtseize. It's not really a play that I would like to make, but this is where we're at. Holy crap, if this resolves, we've done it. You know, this isn't game over. My opponent can have some things that will go and take this off the table, but this is quite good. Like, best top deck I could have asked for here. I was going to settle for, like, a Brimaz being, like, great, just as a clock. Yeah, there we go. Am I just casting this as a threat? I think I'm just casting this as a threat. I don't think I can afford to hold it to, like, try and blink an Omniscience for a turn. I think I'm going to leave this at 2 until I have a reason to tick it up to 3. And I'm going to hold this land to make it look like I have something. My opponent thinking about end of turn intuition or cunning wish. So what does this pause mean? The pause might mean that they don't have enough of the combo to just like go off completely, or they might be thinking about what if I have X, Y, or Z piece of interaction. Skeletal scrying. Okay. It's been a while on that one. All right. A-okay with the life loss side of this. So I don't think there's anything that is going to muck with me at instant speed that can remove both my Flicker Wisp and Thalia without them wishing for it first. So I think I'm just going to vial this in now. One, two, three, four, five, six. I do need to play this out so that I can have lethal after an Emrakul attack. Okay, I think we got lucky that one. I'm gonna be completely honest here. Our opponent wishing for Skeletal Scrying just means that most of their hand was soft or like just clunky pieces. I still don't think I really want Surgical all that much. I just don't like how soft on interaction I am for this matchup. I wonder if just like Cataclysm to blow up lands is reasonable. Because my opponent's on mono basics, they're not running like soul lands or anything like that. Let's think about that for a second. They need 3 lands to go off. If I set them back to 1 mid-game, they probably won't have any more. But I guess I'm trying to like go wide and aggro them out, so this goes against that plan. No, I'm not going to do it. Let's just run this back. This is a fine hand. Mom into Thalia into Brimaz is a good clock. We have the Squadron Hawks as backup. 1 bottom, 1 top with the Preordain. I do think my mom will be attacking rather than protecting the Thalia. Like, the murderous cut is probably a one of. Like, there's probably one murderous cut, one massacre that I need to be concerned with. One Demure Charm as well. Thalia is only soft disruption versus a deck like this one. It's not enough to just close out a game on its own. Thoughtseize is going down. Presumably the Brimaz is getting taken. That is actually an amazing draw. So I cast a Squadron Hawk. Find 3 friends. Okay. Pass the turn, and I'll get to pitch one of them to Force of Virtue. Buff my team. Make the clock real. So I'll get Force of Virtue, pitch a Squadron Hawk. Then I can go Squadron Hawk and Sarah Avenger on my turn and present just an absolute crap ton of pressure. My opponent gets Brainstorm locked. We probably just win the game. All right, so I get a choice. I can Recruiter of the Guard for like a Flicker Wisp or something like that, or I can just play Squadron Hawk and Sarah Avenger. If I Recruiter of the Guard for Flicker Wisp, then I beat a Show and Tell being cast, right? Like my opponent taps out for Show and Tell, they put in Omniscience, I flicker that. But then it's not lethal next turn. If I just cast 2 Idiots, it is lethal next turn, but I lose to exactly Land, Show and Tell, Omniscience, Emrakul. So Land, Show and Tell, Omniscience, Emrakul. 4 of their 6 cards would need to be exactly correct. I think it's correct to just go for the aggro kill. Did I search out all of these already? Did search out all of these already. All right. Do you have it all? The other thing they can have is Massacre, which will just leave me with a 4/4 Sarah Avenger. Ooh, that was top with Preordain. That's scary. All right. Can you do it, or do I get my 5-0? That is a nail biter. Oh man, Limb Duel's Vault from 2 health. Oh boy, my 5-0 rides on this. Here we go. Alright, they have Omniscience on top, which I cannot beat. GG, lost the 5-0 there. So close. I mean, I'm obviously very happy with the 4-1. This deck list performed really well. I definitely think there is something to this strategy of just like, hey, let's try to get the opponent dead because the soft control pieces that we've been using aren't really well positioned against Wrenn and 6. You know, things like Phyrexian Revoker that have been a staple of the deck in the past are still fine cards, but with the amount of removal running around in Wrenn and 6, or like any time it isn't on Wrenn and 6 specifically, it becomes a little bit more of a liability. And again, in a removal dense format where people are playing 3 to 4 color mid range decks featuring like Abrupt Decay and Mulligan's Command and things of that nature, the equipment package loses a little bit of punch as well. So there's definitely something to a deck list like this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please consider supporting daily D&T in the future. The link to support it is below in the comments. Cheers! See you next week.